my name at the bottom of this flyer, please remove doctor from my name. I'm not a doctor, but a plain woman. I'm going to talk about experiences in Japan. Although combating climate change has become an international priority, little attention has been paid to the gender equality dimensions of this issue. A panel of experts held during the 52nd CSW in 2008 recognized that climate change was not a gender-neutral phenomenon and highlighted many of its gender-specific impacts. The panel noted that women demonstrated unique knowledge and expertise in developing strategies and leading efforts to combat the effects of climate change, as well as in natural disaster management. The Secretary General's report for this CSW 54 says that in recent years, climate change has become an increasingly central issue in environmental discussion, in particular its negative impact on communities dependent on agriculture, low-lying islands and coastal communities, and that women in rural areas carry most of the responsibility for household water supply and energy for cooking and heating, as well as for food security, and are negatively affected by drought, uncertain rainfall, and deforestation. Because of their roles, unequal access to resources, and limited mobility, women in many contexts are disproportionately affected by natural disasters, such as floods, fires, and mudslides. Women's limited access to resources and decision-making processes increases their vulnerability to the impact of climate change. Japan is a country often suffers from earthquake, typhoons, mudslide, and floods. Disaster Countermeasures Basic Act was enacted in 1961 in Japan, and the Central Disaster Prevention Council and Prefectural and Municipal Disaster Prevention Councils are put in place at national and local levels. However, women are underrepresented in these councils, and their disaster prevention plans often lack gender perspectives. In 2008, Shizuoka chapter of the Japanese Association of University Women reviewed the disaster prevention plan of Shizuoka Prefecture and proposed a revision of the plan. To the questionnaire, many responded that gender-sensitive arrangement of toilets in an emergency evacuation area was necessary. Many cases of dehydration were reported as a result of a restricted diet to avoid using toilet during prolonged evacuation life. To make the evacuation life as comfortable as possible, it is necessary to consider the arrangement of toilets and the ways of waste disposal. About 80% of the respondents to the questionnaire pointed out that it is necessary to raise the ratio of women in municipal disaster prevention councils to 10 to 40% in order to secure privacy for breastfeeding mothers, bedridden elderly people, and disabled people. In order to respond to emergencies, the need to make a welfare map to identify where bedridden elderly people and disabled people live was also pointed out. An increase in violence against women, including rape, cases of post-traumatic stress disorder, premature births, and babies crying at night after disaster was also reported. It was made clear that many female part-time workers lose their jobs after disaster. Therefore, it is necessary to include psychological care and measures to secure jobs and housing for women victims, especially for women-headed families in disaster prevention strategies. Networking of local residents, government officials, volunteer coordinators, doctors, nurses, care workers, psychologists, and counselors is crucial in order to effectively respond to emergencies. The survey of the Shizuoka chapter of JAUW showed how women are good at developing strategies to combat natural disasters, some of which are caused by climate change. 감사합니다.
Thank you.